What's up, y'all? I'm Jigs. Welcome to my platform. This is Jigs in these Wi-Fi streets, and this is my review and commentary of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 2. Listen, if you clicked on here, you either a diehard housewife fan, or you've been watching me. Now, if you've been watching me and you subscribe, thank you so much for viewing my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're new, definitely subscribe. Definitely check out my other videos. Thank you for thank you for clicking on my video. And listen, y'all in good hands. I am a super diehard housewife franchise fan. But just to be clear, I could take y'all back to season 1 when it was Deshaun Snow. Okay, Lisa Wu used to be Hartwell. Okay, her husband, not her husband anymore. Okay, had a baby with Keisha Knight Pullum. I said that in the first review of the first episode. Anyway, you in good hands. Trust me, okay? So, I'm new to doing reviews, so I'm gonna go scene for scene. I'm so hot, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna go scene for scene with y'all, okay? So I don't miss nothing, I don't forget nothing now. Season 14, episode 2. So we open up with Sonya, right? So Sonya has her mother, father, her sibling, her husband, and their 2 sons, and then it's her husband and her son in the house. Now, I'm gonna tell you something for real, like, Caribbeans, there's a lot of differences between us, but one thing that we have in common, because I'm Puerto Rican, okay, Caribbean, okay, they're Jamaican, right? Family is a big fucking deal, to the point where if you reject anybody, you're going to hear it from either your grandma or your moms, or one of your aunties, one of the 3. Now, in this case, she decided to move them in, and here's the thing, like, as far as Caribbeans, it's normal. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, it's very normal for 6, 7, 8, 9 people to be under one household. Very Caribbean. That's not nothing new. Even though they're Jamaican and I'm Puerto Rican, we have that in common. Like, that is not new. But considering her husband's been asking her for a second child, I was wondering, is that the real reason why she decided to move her parents and her sibling and her, to move everybody in? Because, I mean, it is a very Caribbean thing. It is very normal. Yes, for people who are not, like, who are looking at the situation like, oh my God, very Caribbean. We Puerto Ricans do it, Dominicans do it. That's normal. Haitians, very normal amongst Caribbeans. But I was wondering, like I said, because they've been together 19 years, and their son, I believe, is either 4 or 5 years old. I'm sorry, I'm in the Bronx. Y'all gonna hear mad noise. Their baby is 4, and I believe in the first episode, she alluded to maybe possibly having held off on her son. So I'm guesstimating maybe she really does not want a second child, or wants to, like, really hold it off for another 4 or 5 years, and he wants the baby now. So it was just easier to have a buffer, like her parents and her sister and her brother-in-law. I'm just guesstimating, right? I'm just guesstimating. So I don't want to make this review long. So ain't not much to do. They all in the kitchen yip-yapping about Jamaican patties. That's another thing. I'm not going to lie. When you go back to the island, for Puerto Ricans, it's this fruit called quenepas. From Puerto Rico, because they have them over here, but from Puerto Rico, they're so, oh my fucking God. And then there's this other thing called dulce de, I think, leche or pan. There's another guava tree. Like, there's little things that we do on the island that if you go to Puerto Rico, like, I ain't even gonna hold you, it's mandatory. You gotta come with a bag of several. There's these little lollipops too that they sell over there. You have to. Like, you have to come back. So I can relate to, like, fighting over, like, the last, like, over the last canepa. Like, damn, no, ain't no more. But they was just playing around. But I just wanted to explain, like, even though she's Jamaican and I'm Puerto Rican, okay, Greater Antilles Islands, okay, shout outs to the islands, okay, very Caribbean thing. But all things considered, right? And I did take notes because I'm best friends with Mary Jane, and we be chilling, and I'm kid free. Shout outs to my daddy for being the best daddy in the whole wide world. He took my kids yesterday to take them. Wait, what's today? He took them Thursday. To think about it. He took them Thursday to take them yesterday to play them. My father's a big child, so I knew he was gonna stay over. I know they ain't coming back tomorrow, so I'm carefree. So I'm a little like, but I'm still here. I'm in the building, okay? I'm in the building. Now, so we're gonna cut to Kenya and Sheree, our friends. Remember all the super shade, especially over the houses, because remember Kenya was like, that's not even her house. She got it under her mama's name. And all that shade. Sheree's house is fucking gorgeous. First off, let me just say, as a broke bitch from the South Bronx, that when they be talking about certain things, I just be like, damn, I wish I could have like 10%, but anyway, her house is gorgeous. She definitely redeemed herself, because remember her basement wasn't done. I want to say like last season or 2 seasons ago, whenever Sheree was in the last season. She was there the last time. Her basement wasn't finished. Her basement is fucking gorgeous. Like, the whole house is columns everywhere. Gorgeous chandeliers everywhere. She did an awesome job for anybody. Because, you know, Chateau Sheree been being built up since season 1. We talking, 13 whole seasons ago. But shout outs to her, because I don't even got that type of money, so... You know what I'm saying? And my broke ass standing on the couch judging her, but she redeemed herself. Everything is gorgeous. Now, she by Sheree needs to redeem itself. She needs to redeem that. But anyway, so they have a new friendship now, which is like cool, okay, but kind of like, because Sheree by herself is fire. And Kenya by herself is fire. So I'm having a friendship, but we shall see, because we're only on season 2. And this is a newfound friendship. So anyways, so they got together and they talking shit, whatever. Because, they got to play catch up. So they talking about Marlo's party. Marlo's party was not bad. Everybody said it themselves. Or even Kenya said it herself, that the venue was very expensive, okay? It was not cheapy choppy, but she was like low on food. I think there was drinks though. I saw drinks at the party. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I watched the whole episode. I did not really see a lot of appetizers and stuff, but still, it was not cheap. Like, they were trying to make it seem like it's like bargain basement and shit. No, it's not. Stop it. It was very nice. Marlo was dressed very nice. Everybody was. And Marlo don't do nothing cheap. Like, Marlo cheap, So the subject of Drew came up. So he's the first bochinche. Okay, I tell you, I was gonna learn a little bit of Spanish with me. I'm sorry, I'm in the Bronx. It's true that it's ghetto. It is. I'm not gonna hold you. So anyway, so this is the first gossip of the season. Cause I have a feeling, cause we already on really episode like 5 or 6, and I'm late, but I'm here. But apparently it took off, and Sheree's not gonna waste a minute to check nobody, because Sheree don't play that shit. So Drew has an assistant that she hires from time to time that apparently told Drew, and Drew went and told Candy, and Candy went and told Kenya, who is now telling Sheree. Telephone, messy boots all over the place. Starting with Drew. Hold up, let me see what happened, and then I'll tell you how I feel about the whole situation. Or starting off, right? So apparently the assistant went back to Drew, according to Drew, and told Drew that Sheree don't pay. That he is a part-time assistant of hers, and that she don't pay. Even if you don't watch the show, Drew is already on her, 3rd season right now. You should know the game of telephone now. Candy is a little bit tricky, because you would expect Candy to keep stuff. Because Candy is a thoroughbred. Candy is a real one. Like, Candy, you could trust her. But Drew's new, though. Drew want this, loyalty that you cannot just come up and get. These women know each other 6, 7, 8, 9 years going on now. Like, you're new to the group. Like, chill. You know what I'm saying? She should not. I would not never said nothing. And if I felt like it was girl code for me to tell Sheree that her assistant, our mutual assistant, is talking shit about her, I would have told her to the side. Even though under filming, you can't really have sidebar conversations like that if they're filming. And I think they film like 12, 13, 14 hours, and then they edit it. If I can't tell you low key, I'll say it on camera, but I'm gonna say it to you, and fuck it, it's gonna be me, you, and the crew, but it's gonna be a me and you thing that nobody can play the whole telephone thing and spin that shit into I'm gossiping, because it comes across like gossiping. Which, in hindsight, it kind of is, you know? But let me move on. But that's, you know, because they kept on just talking and catching up with each other. That was like the major conversation, was Marlo's party and Drew, right? So let's move on to Drew. So, you know, last episode, Drew told us, we the people, right? We the viewers, that her husband Ralph had a female assistant who offered him a massage. And that he fired her. And Candy, you know, doing her due diligence. I love me some Candy. Candy went on the girls' social media page, and the girl, I'm not gonna, this is not verbatim because I'm not gonna pretend like I remember every single word, but she said something about like, if I wanted to, I can. So everybody's wondering whether or not that was directed to Drew because she didn't put a name on it. But supposedly he fired her, right? So this episode, she brings it up, they in the kitchen. I'm just talking, catching up, whatever. And he basically tells her, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry because I already slapping. So he basically tells her that he fired her, but they're still talking. Yeah. Then says, wait. Okay, you know what? Let me just take it because I'm gonna do this for a few portions. So he says he fired her, but they still talking. Then he follows again. Ralph is very tone deaf. Let me tell you something. I'm not married, so for every married person, do not come for me. I may not know how to do things right, but I can tell you everything that you can do wrong, right? Because I don't got no man here, right? And I'm not a man, but I could tell you, let's just flip it and reverse it. Ralph is very tone fucking deaf, because in the midst of this conversation, he has the nerve to tell her that maybe she feels some type of that nobody else feels no type of way except for her, that what is it her looks. I don't got a husband, I'm not a man, I'm not married, I don't know about marriage, but I know at 40 years old what you don't say, and I know what tone deaf is. You're arguing with your wife about a woman who offered you a massage, and your wife, clearly, that's a no-no, finds a message. Now you fire this woman, but you're still speaking to her. In what world do you think that's okay, right? Because the whole point of firing is to not be around her, right? And then you follow it up with a comment like that. But let's just listen to the comment. Now, I don't know if I could get in trouble showing y'all. I want to try to do that, but you know what? I'm going to do it on the next episode because I want to continue. Like, I want to play catch up. I also have to do the review for Miami, and I have a couple of other table topics. Like, I got to play catch up on a couple of things because I've been really shy to do my channel, and I'm tired of being fucking pussy about talking to y'all. Like, it's not that serious, man. So let's listen to what he says. And I'm sorry for the noise. This is welcome to New York.
He puts me on tumble dry. Like, he puts me in the dryer and puts me on tumble dry because
he will
confuse me where I'm like, am I tripping?
I understand that you don't feel comfortable with another woman. Maybe it's because of how she looks.
How does she look?
She's a 50-year-old woman. That's what she looks like. She was 12 when I was born.
What is...
I mean, it's
men
a big
date
difference.
older women all the time. If you ever were to find something in my phone where a guy was like, yo, I can come give you a massage, you would have a problem.
Listen.
That's not the message.
But that's what happened.
That's not what happened. Everyone that says that the issue is not with her. The only person that says the issue is with her is you.
Everybody.
I have so many women that's around me. You had it after her since day one anyway.
You're making me really feel like I'm crazy, like I'm not making sense when I know.
I have so many women around me. You've had it out for her since day one. Ralph says that he's 39. I'm 40. I'm a year older than him. I'm not a man. I'm not married. I don't know what those things are like, but I do know what it's like to be tone fucking deaf. Your wife, this woman offer you. Anyway, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Is that not the most tone deaf shit you ever heard? You discussing with your wife who has a problem with this woman who offered you a fucking massage. You said you fired her. Okay, fine. You fired the bitch. But, and excuse me for referring to her, I'm a little ghetto myself, so I'm gonna try to clean up my language. You fire shorty, but you're still talking to her, and you're pretty much making your wife feel like she's wrong for feeling some type of way. So let's wrap this up real quick.
Point. People say that Ralph gaslights me.
I agree. I wanted y'all to hear that. Let's do this. Let's play. So y'all hear it? I hope y'all hear it.
Can you define gas?
Find something in my phone where a guy was like, yo, I can come give you a
I
massage.
want y'all to hear this.
You would have a problem with that.
That's not the message.
But that's what happened.
That's not what happened. Everyone that says that the issue is not with her. The only person that says the issue is with her is you. I have so many women that's around me. You had it after her since day one anyway.
You're making me really feel like I'm crazy, like I'm not making sense when I know I have a valid point. People say that Ralph gaslights me, but
He absolutely does. Because what is the definition of gaslighting? And shout outs to the fucking crew for being messy enough to ask her.
Can you define gaslighting?
Can you define gaslighting? Listen to what gaslighting is, you guys.
gaslighting definition. Oh, manipulate someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. Oh my God.
Manipulating someone by making them question their own sanity. Like, what about a woman offering you a massage and your wife had taking issue to you speaking to her? Do you not understand? And then instead of just, you know, get out the fucking situation, right? We having a discussion. Get out while you can, right? You follow up by everybody has a problem. Nobody has a problem with her except you. Is it her body? You headed out for her from day one. I have a lot of women around me. I mean, like, if Ralph is giving me a headache, and that's not even my husband. But basically the conversation ends in because they continue to banter, and basically she walks out after she ate her breakfast. He basically says that he resents her for a lot of things. And that was how that scene ended. So let's move forward to Candy, right? So Candy, you already know, Candy's about that money. You know, Escape is back live and in full effect. They doing their tour. Candy has the dungeon. I forgot what the name of the dungeon is. You know, she got the SEX toy line. Now she's producing a play called Things of a Colored Man. It's an all black production, so it's like a big deal because I'm guesstimating it's the first one. Because someone, damn it, I should have wrote it down. But basically, it's an all-black production, so it's a big deal. It's taking off, right? You know, like, shout-outs to them. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how Hollywood is. Hollywood, to me, is a representation of America. But that's, I'm not going to do that on this video. So her and Todd start talking, and they get into it, and it's a little not so great of a conversation, right? So Candy's basically saying that she has a lot on her plate and she needs help, and Todd is basically like, listen, you're never here, and she's basically like right back at you, but I want you to listen to this and then we'll discuss. Like I said, I don't know if I could do that, and I don't want to redo the videos. I'm sorry, y'all. When I fix my laptop, this will be a lot easier. Okay. So let's listen.
This is like, now I gotta go back and forth to New York. I can't do this alone, so I need you.
Why are you talking like you be doing something alone?
You be taking multiple vacations throughout the year. When you're not here, it disrupts the flow.
You leave for months. If I leave a weekend here, a weekend there, but you leave for months, you don't think the flow is disrupted when you're gone for months?
Okay, whatever. When I'm going because I have to work. Why you going to Miami?
Hang out.
How did I? We're not on the same page. When we got together, we were different.
Excuse me. So Well, again, I'm not married to be commentating, but I am a viewer, so I'm gonna tell you just from my perspective. That is a problem. Candy does, I feel like, needs to scale back, because if your husband is saying you gone for months, I mean, I'm pretty sure Todd is exaggerating. Like, young men can be big fucking babies. I'm pretty sure Candy's not hello the babies. The babies are young. Candy's not trying to miss out on the babies either. She does have a lot on her plate, but maybe a couple of weeks at a time, not no months. But him bouncing on her, I think it's just him being vindictive, because he probably, I mean, anybody would want their spouse home. Candy does have a lot going on. She has the dungeon, she has the toy line. She's not doing this play that's taking off. God bless to everybody, because that's awesome. But that is also another role that she has to play. Plus, Escape is making a comeback. They're doing tours. You know, Candy's about that bag life. She don't play about getting her money. It most likely is taking her away from her household. So Todd is probably bouncing too, just to spite her. I love them together, so I'm pretty sure this is just a little hiccup in their relationship. What we're not gonna do is speak upon or wish upon the D word, DIV. Oh, you already know all the extras, okay? They just need to get it together. The restaurants, I forgot about the restaurants, and it's multiple. It's not just OLG. The babies, it's a lot. A lot is going on in their lives. So, they start, talking. They deviate from that because they about to get into an argument. You know what I'm saying? It's episode 2. Let's not do too much. Too soon in the filming, right? So they start discussing the house and how it's unfinished. Now, Candy's house is unfinished, and it was Todd's job to fix it. So I just want y'all to hear something, because upon speaking of the house, Candy brings up how Todd has an apartment in New Jersey. So yeah, so let's listen to why Todd has an apartment in New Jersey. What's going on? Like, what's happening?
Together.
Talk about it.
Was there? You saw it? I'll put it in its place, see if it works.
Man, I was some extra cleaning to do.
I can use some of this stuff in Jersey too.
You in your Jersey crib.
It ain't nothing in here. It's an empty apartment. You was there. You saw it. Alright.
I moved in this condo many moons ago with my ex. We purchased the condo together. We didn't work, so I moved out. She never refinanced and got my name off the condo. And unfortunately, I ended up having to pay off the condo. So I have a condo in Jersey.
It's our Jersey.
If you didn't hear, let me just recap real quick for you, just really quick. Basically, let me just recap. I'm sorry, because shit is just mad loud. I'm so sorry. So basically, he bought the condo with his ex. It didn't work out, obviously, and he wound up paying it off. So now he owns it, rightfully so. Because if I pay it off, I'm keeping it. Okay, now let's hold on. I want to try to get something else.
Money made on this house.
And you ain't giving me no keys.
You
Did y'all hear that?
whatever you want.
Did y'all hear that? So this is what I really want to talk about right
It's
here.
our Jersey crib.
Listen.
And got my name off the condo. And unfortunately, I ended up having to pay off the condo. So I have a condo in Jersey.
It's our Jersey crib, babe.
It's our Jersey crib. My name is not on it. My name is not on this
You can have
house.
the key whenever you want.
His name is not on the house. Now, she did not object to that, because if that's not true, I will be like, babe, how your name is not on the house? She didn't say anything. They've been married for a minute now. Okay, so I'm guesstimating that Todd's actions is just to get back at Candy. Because if it is our condo, her name should be on it. But they've been married for a long time. Like, why is his name not on the house? Not for nothing, but I think Candy is just a little too overprotective of her shit. Now, I understand. I feel like this. If I'm rich and you coming into my situation, because let's just be clear about what it really is. Todd came into the relationship. There's no shade. This is no shade. He came into the relationship with nothing. He really did. Feel me? Candy's a millionaire, and she got a lot going. Remember, Candy's been writing for the past 20 years. She's written for Pink. She's written for Justin Timberlake. She's written for Beyonce. She's also written for the group together when there was Destiny's Child. She wrote for TLC. Like, she's made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, whatever I had before we came into the marriage is mine. Whatever we built up together, both our names is gonna go on it. Our home has to have both our names. Because it is a lot, I feel like, for men to marry successful women. I do. I think it's a thing. And you know what boggles my mind? All the mierda that men like to talk, all the shit that men like to talk about how they have to take care of us, and some of us expect for them to bring everything to the table and all this shit. But when they see their wife being a little bit more successful, or she is more successful, let's just be honest, or has more money, and it's not being shady, it's just being honest. It's like a problem. I mean, you know who you married. Candy does not have a 9-to-5. Candy's money is on the spot. She's her own walking money. She writes songs. She directs. She's in this thing called Hollywood. So if she gets an acting role, you feel me? She also has these businesses going on. And by the way, most of them that she built up with him. So, I mean, it boggles my mind how men complain about how us women have to depend on them, but when we're successful, aka busy, that's a problem too, and they act out. Because, and especially at his age, he's 48 years old, and I don't give a fuck what he say. You gotta be acting out. I don't know him. Let me not speak like I know people. Let me not. That's my opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he's just acting out, doesn't put her name on the apartment because his name is not on the house. But I do feel like that's a little bit too much. If she's protecting her assets, absolutely understood. I've been accumulating all this shit for the past 20 years. We've only been married for the past 20 plus years. We've only been married for what, like 6, 7? I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe 6, 7, por ahí. But that's a long time for him not to have his name on their home. Now, he's not a shorty, homie, lover, friend. He's not a boyfriend. They're not dating. They're not engaged. He did sign a prenup, which was a very big deal. Remember this spinoff? That was a very big deal. Or meant to be a very big deal. And yeah, I don't think it's right that his name is not on, at the very least, their home. Like, what's his is his, fine. What's hers is hers, fine. What they built up together, I feel like should be divided. But the home, for him to feel comfortable, I mean, like, I would feel uncomfortable if I married somebody rich and our house is not under both our names. We're gonna have to go householding and put both. We're gonna have to figure this out because I don't feel comfortable. On the other hand, though, it is, I believe it's the house she had. Did she buy the house after they got married? I don't remember. I think she bought Mama Joyce a house. That's what it was. I'm confusing. I think Candy Ben had that house. Yeah, because that goes back to before. Yeah, that goes back to before they got married. When Kim Zolciak was still on the show. I'm sorry, y'all. I've told y'all, die-hard housewife fan. I'm not lying. So now we're gonna cut to Marlo. What the hell did I write? I'm so sorry. Marlo and Candy. I'm sorry, y'all. Marlo and Candy. So Candy's doing a photo shoot. Marlo comes in and they start talking about the boys. And, you know, because the situation, okay, so Marlo's sister's in prison. So Marlo's pretty much has temporary custody, or temporary custody of her nephews, Michael and William. Michael is 14, William is 12. Yes, Michael is 14, William is 12. And she's explaining to Candy how, you know, because she felt so bad that she feels like she spoiled them. You know, they wasn't getting all this expensive stuff, and she feels like she's doing too much for them. And Candy was explaining how, you know, as black men and women, they feel like, you know, maybe that's a little bit too much, and there's something wrong with that. Now, I don't know what it's like to be black, but I will say, as an 82 baby growing up, the images of black men and women portrayed on movies was a hell of a lot more different. Like, a little bit taboo for me to say, but yes, Bill Cosby did bring black excellence to TV. Phil Uncle Phil, God rest his soul, the real Phil passed away, was a lawyer. Remember, Vivian, Aunt Vivian was a college professor. It's a Different World was a whole entire show about young black men and women going to, I believe it was a HSBCU, right? Or no, it was a Howard. Was it Howard? I don't even remember. Y'all smoke, y'all. I'm not even gonna listen. Me and Mary Jane is best friends. Okay? I be forgetting, and I was a big couch potato. I could talk about like 17,499 shows going back to the fucking 80s. Okay, I could take you back to the Seavers. May Alan Thicke rest in peace. Okay, I'm an old head, y'all. Okay. But anyway, TV was different than movies. In movies, they always portrayed a specific image of black men and women. So I feel like Candy is, even though I'm not black and I cannot speak, I feel like I'm also in this world and I see the images and I feel like maybe there's some truth to that. You know what I'm saying? So Marlo just really has to sign them. Ew, you heard that? I like stuck there for a minute on my own saliva. I need to stop frozen. Marlo, I feel like, just give them chores. She basically just has to give them chores. But they was, Candy being a mom was basically giving her advice on the boys. And they was just playing catch up. So, let me move on, right? So, the guys caught up. Aaron is Sonya's husband. Then we have Todd, and then we have Ralph. So, Aaron is meeting Todd for the first time, and they playing catch up. So, Todd brings up the whole assistant fiasco to Ralph. Let me try to listen to what he says, and then we'll talk about it. I'll talk about it. Cause not Todd.
He wants to share it with me, but this was your spot, your ex. I don't really want to do that.
It's not Todd being messy, but Todd basically right now, if you think about the lineup of the housewives, he's basically the veteran husband right now. You see me? So he has to be, every group has to have the guys get together. Now it's a thing. It never used to be a thing. I'm telling you, I've been watching since the OC was just Gina, Joe, Lynn. I forgot the other lady's name. Vicky, Gina, Joe, Laura. Can't stand her. Anyway, let me not jump to. Let me not jump. Listen to what he says. So Todd tells him, "Listen, you the topic of conversation in my house right now."
She's like, "Wow, did you go and get your massage, whatever?" I'm like, "Man, I couldn't find one."
I think they said the
Listen
text
to what he
message
said.
said, "Oh,
Turn off the fan.
I heard about this assistant, man. Because I guess it was a text. I should have fat ass. I should have a nice body."
Everybody in Atlanta got a fat butt. This is the thing that wifey cannot let go of.
You kind of bullshit.
No, it's not even bullshit. It's real. I cannot find a massage therapist.
Yeah, there's none available right
No.
now.
No massage therapist in all of Atlanta.
My sister called me. She's like, "Rob, did you go and get your massage, whatever?" I'm like, "Man, I couldn't find one."
I think they said the text message said, "Oh, I should have gave you the massage." And he was like, "Well, I'm a man, LOL.
No, I said, no.
What's funny?
My thing was more so like I'm a man because I didn't solve the problem.
I don't know about that one, but I'll go with it.
Todd is like,
I'm a man.
Todd is like, yeah, okay. I'm a man. Like I should have resolved the problem. So what's the LOL for? What's funny? No te pongas fresco, no te hagas. Pretending. Anyway, so they just playing catch up with each other, right? I just wanted y'all to hear that, like that excuse again, because even Todd is like, okay, you want to run with that? Okay, whatever. Aaron brings up the fact that he wants another child. I just want to bring up the men don't really get into, they just playing catch up. I just wanted to let y'all know because I don't want nobody to have seen the episode and be like, you lying. You didn't even review the whole thing. Yes, I did. And this is like my second review. So I'm trying to do the best that I can to make sure everybody understands what the fuck is going on. Thank you. Excuse me. So Marlo, okay, let's cut to. So the guys played catch up. Boom, I gave it to ya. So Marlo, they cut to Marlo. The papi, Michael, he's 14. He's going to homecoming. So she's, basically going, like, talking about how it is bringing up her nephews. And I just want to bring, and this is such a good moment, because it brings about something that is very important, that needs to be said, that we all has been said, and needs to continue to be said. It is so important for men, for boys, to have their fathers in their life, or a father figure. I want to say fathers, like, please. I have daughters. Every little boy and little girl deserves their mother and their father in their life. Marlo's sister is in prison, so I would like to see Michael's father be more of a willing participant. I'm not saying that he's not, but according to Marlo, she's like, her assistant. One of her assistants is a male, and how it's a godsend that he's there, because one of her nephews ran up to her and was like, she was just giving an example. Like, he basically called, how men wake up in the morning below their waist, right? So she was like, she made a joke about, like, stay away from me, and she called her male assistant. I have officially, biologically, one nephew and one niece, but all my cousins' kids call me auntie, so I call them nieces and nephews. All the little boys in my family, I'm not gonna lie, they will not pee in front of nobody, boy or girl, male or female. They don't like it. So I can only imagine what it's like to be a boy mom and you a single mom. They don't want to talk about their bodies to us. They don't want to show us their bodies. They don't want to talk about girls to us. They don't want to talk about anything. They're boys. They would rather talk to a man. So it is just so important. I just wanted to say that as a little sidebar, because basically she's going on about how grateful she is to her assistants, and what her experience so far is like being a Maunty. She calls herself a Maunty, like an auntie and a mom mixed up together. And I just wanted to point that out real quick. Like, it's so important for men to please. To me, here's the thing, and I'm gonna issue this as a PSA. A woman is her daughter's guide in life into how to be a woman. She is an example of what her son should look for in a woman. A man is his father's guide in life into manhood, and an example to his daughter of what she should look for in a man. So it's so important for both parents to be involved, and that, like, little clip was just like just an example of how important that is, and I just wanted to point that out. You know what I'm saying? And shout outs to her assistant for being there. You know what I'm saying? Those are not his sons, those are not his biological nephews, but they've taken to them like their family, So shout outs to him. And also, I want to say, and I said this before, and I think I issued this as a PSA somewhere in one of my videos. I issue a lot of PSAs. Those are from my heart. Those are things that I feel like affect us as a society. And so it's just in my heart to say certain things. Just because someone is not your son or your daughter, if you have the attention of, so like I'm 40, if I have the attention of a 19-year-old, whether it's a female or a male, and I can school them about anything, that is not my child. And mind you, I have a 21-year-old. That's the only shorty right now that I have any respect. I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old. As far as certain conversations, I'm not having them with my 13-year-old, 10-year-old. I'm having some, but not all. But to my 21-year-old, we having all types of conversations, right? Well, we've already had them. That's the only person I'm indebted to, right? Is my 3 kids. The only people. But if I have the attention of a 19-year-old and I can tell her something that will steer her the right way or away from something that I know is fucked up, I will do it. So I would like to just say as a sidebar, I would like to see more men. If you're a man and you're watching this, you know the expression, it takes a village. No, it's not your responsibility. I know, but could you be just a villager to any little youngin' that's around you? I'm just saying. I'm just suggesting. Because we living in a very toxic world right now. So if you could steer somebody a different direction, what's the harm? So I'm skipping to, because we coming to the conclusion of this, because I'm trying to, I'm not trying to hold y'all here. Like, this quick review is supposed to be a quick review, right? Oh my God. It's not even quick. I'm over here for 39 minutes. I promise it's going to end right now. I promise. So Drew goes out to dinner with Ralph. This is the end. Drew goes out to dinner with Ralph. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I'm so sorry. The next one is going to be short. I promise. I'm not going to do the video. But anyway, so They go out to dinner. Ralph is trying to show Drew that he's making an effort, that he loves her, that he wants this marriage. You know, he might make mistakes, but he wants her. He desires her. Drew, in my opinion, listen, respectfully, again, you kind of fucked it up because this moment, you know, they're going to therapy. And they're having issues at breakfast, at lunch, at the gym. This is keep coming up. So I think he just wanted like a dinner to maybe like flirt with each other. Get it in, you know what I'm saying? Just recoup and just make it about them two. Just having fun. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, yes, she ruined it. Like, I feel like she should have just waited till a therapy session or back in the house. I don't think it was necessarily him stifling her, even though it's his fault. Because not for nothing, but every time Drew tries to share with him what's the real issue, like, he continues to push back. So it's inside of her. It's like being a volcano and you filled with the lava. At some point, you're going to explode. But right now, it's like oozing out. So it oozes out at dinner. It oozes out at breakfast. It's oozing out into what's supposed to be a romantic dinner. So I will say she ruined this moment. She did. But he bears a lot of responsibility in her ruining the moment. Not for nothing. So let's just hear really quick and then we'll exit out. I'm so sorry. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you.
I would prefer to probably use this night as an opportunity just to enjoy each other's company, and we can leave everything else for marriage counseling.
Okay. So you don't feel like we should be able to like communicate?
I set this up with no expectations. If you value this, it's fantastic. If you don't, fantastic.
Trigger.
I value it. You have made me feel special. This shows me like we can make it.
This shows you?
So, trigger word, he does gaslight her if you value this. Like, come on. Y'all having a little bit issues. You see mine's going a little bit left with it. Try to steer it back this way. But you see how she triggered him. I think their love language and communication is like really just not, it doesn't connect. Because that triggered him. I think he feels in his mind that he has been trying and she just doesn't see it. I feel like, I mean, honestly, as a viewer, I feel like he does push away and she wants to talk about it. She needs the conversation and he needs to give it to her. But it's just like you know? So anyway, I was going to play a little bit of the ending, but you know what? Let me just rush it through because I want to try to hear something. And then I'm going to finish it.
No, just talk.
Where's the wine? Some wine, please. Oh, there it is. Oh, right on time, honey.
Come on, first.
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna schedule a session for you to go and speak to Dr. Ken on like how to speak to men appropriately to get whatever you're trying to do across effectively.
Yes, and then I will pay for you to have a session too to learn how to talk to women. Cheers.
Dr. Ken said that you like do like zingers and
Oh, we're
like try
talking
to.
about
So this is going left, as y'all can hear. I'm going to play for y'all the last few seconds and then we're going to close this out. I'm so sorry, y'all, that this lasted so long.
Damn, you good, yeah.
Really quick. Just really quick. This is literally the end.
No.
please.
Sometimes I probably just do too much. You know, I probably should not do this. Doing stuff for you is not the move. I regret doing this.
So after he says he's gonna set up an appointment for her to speak to the doctor on how to speak to men, and she says, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pay for a session so you can learn how to speak to women. That's why I said their communication is completely off. And remember I said I feel like he feels like he's done enough. He said that he regrets doing it. They just not on it right now. Or at least in this episode at that time period. But she had gotten up after them statements and ran off and cried. So when she came back, and was like, please, let's try to communicate. He was already over it. So, yeah, the communication is off. But I do feel like he gaslights her. That was for me triggering. Like, if this means something to you, you know it means something to her. You know she's fighting for the marriage. You know what I'm saying? But you see how he got triggered? I think he does think that he's doing a lot. So anyway, this went on for 44 minutes. I really wasn't trying to do that to y'all. So thank y'all for watching. You know what? I'm not gonna hold y'all to nothing. I'm gonna try to condense my reviews. But if I can't, you know, I want to give y'all a concise review about anything I talk about, whether it's housewives or news or whatever. So if I take notes and I take my time, I'm sorry. But at least y'all know I'm really not lying. I'm really paying attention. I really have an vested interest in whatever I'm talking about. If you're a fan of this franchise, you are in very good hands. Because I'm giving y'all step for step. At least give me that much. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will be back later. I'm going to do a review on Miami. I'm going to review all of them. All of them. Miami's up right now. They're doing a rendition of like the top housewives going on vacation. Like All-Stars, Housewife All-Stars. Let me see who's back. Yeah, I got y'all. Don't worry. I got y'all. We here. And I'm paying attention, as you can see. So anyway, thank you. Thank you for watching my video. If you're new, again, please do subscribe, tune in. I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to condense it. In the meantime, in between time, at least you know you're watching somebody that really does have a vested interest and that is really keeping you up step by step, detail for detail. Yeah, if you're old, thank you for coming back. And please do let me know how you feel about this episode, how you feel about the situations that's going on with Sonya and Aaron, our new housewife couple, Candy and Todd, how you feel about what's going on with them two. Drew and Ralph, what's your take? This newfound friendship between Kenya and Sheree about to be fire, about to be very interesting. What do you think about them two? And the little bochinche that got started. Yeah, let me know what are your thoughts. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification, come back, watch my other videos, all of that. Thank you. I'll see y'all later.